Well, there you go. I've just told you what happened. Yes. Yeah, because of the accusation, a video was sent to whatever authorities they sent the video to. Yeah, because of course the neighbours thought, got him this time. We got him. No, you haven't got me. Because although the police come around and they took the dogs, this is what they're like. You know, as I said years ago, we had a situation years ago with social services where they were taking kids that they shouldn't be taken because somebody made an accusation. And they would just come and take the kids. Then they got in trouble for that. And then they stopped taking kids. At the moment, the authorities are taking dogs, even when there's just a BS accusation. But the video, as I said, the video does look bad if you then take it that, you know, my pushing my arm forward is me throwing her down the stairs, and the gate noise was her hitting the gate. Now, the problem is, the authorities are not supposed to do that. The authorities are not supposed to go, okay, we're going to add this up, 2 + 2 = 5, because we're adding the 1 because we think that was that. You can't do that. The authorities can't do that. You've got to prove. And there's way too much of a grey area for them to be able to prove anything. You basically got to look at it and you're going to say, well, we think based upon what we think of this person, or what the accusations have been about this person, we think this person would have done that based upon. That ain't your job. Your job is not judge and jury. Your job is to look at the evidence. So basically they come out today. I did the video about, retain your peace, and I did the other one about, no, I don't think I'm better than you. I know I'm so much worse. I could be so much worse than you. I can be so much worse than you. I did them ones, got home, fed the dogs, and then they come in. Quite heavy-handed, we're going to take your dogs. Excuse me? You're going to do what? Ah. Well, they even took Mollie and the pups. They took the puppies, 2-week-old puppies. Well, I'm not going to go too harsh on them, as long as all the dogs come back okay. Because they're going to check the dogs out, they're going to see that there's no harm whatsoever to any of the dogs. Now, I am to a certain degree, I'm at peace with the situation. Yeah, I'm at peace with the situation. Well, because I know, for example, certainly, look, I don't know which vets they're getting to examine the dogs, right? I have no idea. If they get an honourable vet, then there should be no problem at all, because there's no issues with the dogs. The only issues that there are with the dogs is the fact that there was a fight between Amber and Gracie in the back of the car. You know, when Stuart was supposed to be arriving but never did. So they've both got a few scabs on their heads and their necks around it. That's it. That's all they're going to find is that. There's nothing else. There's no bruises, there's no bumps, there's no broken legs or ribs or anything like that. Now, what's going to happen with this situation? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what the picture shows down the line. I have no idea at all. I've said that so many times, but it's true. I don't know. I don't know what's ahead. I have no idea whatsoever. I mean, the possibilities are that there's so many things possible that's ahead. Is this going to go to court? Possibly, possibly not. Don't know. No idea. Time will tell. Well, really? Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know. In the end, reality is that what happens is going to happen. I can't really tell you what's going to happen because I don't know at this moment in time. I don't know. What I do know is that, you know, I'm pretty assured that, you know, God prepared me for this. And because God prepared me for this in, you know, talking about finding your peace, that sort of stuff. As I said about Chewie sleeping at the bottom of the bed. That's God preparing the way for this to happen. To make this easier for me and to make it so I can cope with this situation. Because this thing about peace, you know, I've been spending the last 2 days finding peace. in this situation. And so today I have a lot more peace than I would have had. If this had happened a week ago, there's no way, shape or form I'd be anywhere near at peace as I am now. But then again, God would probably have started preparing me a week ago. Yeah? Yeah. Oh yeah. I've done a lot of walking today, that's for certain. So I've burnt off a lot of calories, which is good. So, yeah, I got to the stage where, yeah, I was having slightly dodgy poops because I was eating lots of trifles and that sort of stuff, and I mean, for quite a long time it wasn't impacting, then suddenly it impacted. So I'm like, all right, okay, let's take a break from that stuff for now. If I'm not actually going to the gym, I'm not really working out, so I'm not really using the energy to need that sort of stuff, really. Yeah. I don't know. But the reality of the situation is, yeah. I mean, the people that came around said they're going to come around again tomorrow to speak to me. Yeah. Generally speaking, I don't think they're going to get anywhere with that. Well, the reason is quite simple. Is because unless I've spoken to a lawyer, unless the lawyer is going to be there, unless the lawyer has seen the videos and all that lot first, I don't think it's likely that there'd be a conversation. And I think it's quite likely I won't say anything. Yeah. It's quite likely I won't say anything. But to be honest, there's not much I can say, is there? Because if they were willing to sort of give me the benefit of the doubt, they wouldn't have come around and taken my dogs in the first place, would they? No. Or is a police car coming into this area to check around? Yeah. Yeah, don't even try and say hello to me. Thankfully they're down there. Unless they go over the grass again, which they probably will do. Yeah. Do they need to go over the grass? No, but they probably will do. Yep, indeed. I don't know. They'll say, yeah. Folks, the reality is that, yeah, we're all going to, as I said, we're all going to have our time of judgment. That's going to happen to every single one of us. It is. We're going to be facing that. You don't believe it, but it's going to happen. To every person, you need to be ready for it. See, the difference between someone who is, secure and someone who isn't secure is simply being covered by the blood. That's it. It's not about one person being a better person than someone else. Got nothing. I was having a walk with Stuart earlier, and Stuart was talking about the fact that Christians are expected to behave in a certain. And I said, "Excuse me, no, we're not. That's the point. We're not. We're not expected to behave in a certain way. The reason why you can't be saying we are expected to behave in a certain way is because anyone who's not behaving in that certain way, you would have to tell them to get out of the church because they're not Christian, because they're not behaving in that way. No, there isn't a certain way that Christians are supposed to be behaving. They're human, just like everyone else. They sin just like everyone else. They look like everyone else. They make decisions just like everyone else. They make bad decisions just like everyone else. Samson was a prime example. Samson had a relationship with God that most people would bloody well dream of. And yet, he nearly lost it all because he fancied Delilah. Yeah? He was that dumb, he couldn't realise that she was tricking him. I don't think he cared, really. Not particularly. I don't think he was bothered about whether he could trust her. More about what else he could get from her, wasn't it, really? He was thinking with another part of his anatomy. But that's human. Yeah, we all have weaknesses. We all have things that we're good at. We all have things that we're absolutely crap at. Christian, non-Christian, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So, anyone who tries to pretend that as a Christian they're better than anyone else, no, they're not. You need to make it absolutely clear that they're not. Because they're not. Just because of the fact you're covered by the blood, it doesn't make you better. It just means that you're fortunate enough to have, to have heard and to have taken notice of the fact that God loves you and God gave his son for you. You heard it, you believed it, you accepted it, you gave your life for it. I got annoyed with Stuart because Stuart was talking about his own testimony, and he was talking about one point where he had a dog. And it's when he first got married, but it was only when the dog died and when he got the unconditional love from the dog that he then started to realise at a later stage you could get the same sort of unconditional love but more from God. He then started saying, chosen the love of a dog over the love of God. And I got annoyed with him. I said, you can't blame the blinking dog for that. Because you were sort of blaming the dog for that. No. Because his testimony then goes that, well, he was saying he was at Boys Brigade and Boys Brigade never taught him, why Jesus came and all this sort of stuff. So therefore they should have, but they didn't. And he had other examples where he should have been taught that, but wasn't. It was only when he went to his sister's church that he learnt that. That was a year or so, a few years at least, after his dog had died. After he had tried to get his dog put down because it was in incredible pain. And so, from a realistic point of view, From a realistic point of view, one would say he never had the opportunity of turning down God's love for the love of a dog, because that opportunity was never even there. There wasn't an opportunity to be loved by God or loved by a dog at the same time. How it works with people, people have got different testimonies. People's testimony is very, very different. So to me, from my testimony, it was simply a case where I think one of the most important factors is I was watching a film called The Stand. And I'd had experiences previously where I've been taken to a church and it was a happy, clappy place and I felt very uncomfortable with it. I just remember feeling uncomfortable with it, nothing really else. But I watched The Stand. And The Stand was the thing that spoke to me. The Stand was the thing that did it for me. Oh yeah. That was the thing. Because in The Stand you had the two sides. You had Flag and you had the old lady. The old lady represented God. And I was thinking, which side would I rather be on? That was it. That was it. That's what did it for me. Really. Which side would I want to be on? Now, at that point in time, who was I more like? When I watched that film, who was I more like? Those who went to the old lady or those who went to Flag? I was more like probably those who went to Flag. It wasn't who I was, it's who I wanted to be that mattered. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, at Christians are these just lonely, weak people. That no, I was never that. Yeah, I was rejected by mother and father. It's the only family I had with these dogs. Yes, that's true. But as a younger person, I wasn't interested in becoming a Christian because I was weak and, I just wanted a family, that sort of thing. No, I couldn't give a damn about that. Even now, am I in a church? No. Why? Because I'm not interested in it. I've been in family churches. They're not worth it. Without God there, it doesn't matter, does it? Not much of a family, really. Not without God there. You add God to the mix and suddenly you've got a wonderful family. But with God not there, it's not much of a family at all, is it? Yeah. And that's the spot there that Mollie used to sit when I first got Mollie. Yeah, I used to tie her to the railings here. When I went into the library to pee. Because I used to bring her down on the lead. I think we probably went through the field over there and come down through the bridge there and down this way here. But I would walk around and I would park her here, tie her there, going to pee, and she'd be all excited when I come out. But then, any other time we came here, if I stopped here, she'd go and sit by this bit here, expecting me to go in there, and she waits. Clever girl. Clever girl, Mollie Collie. Aye. Hi. Yeah. No, the reality is they're going to check the dogs over and they're going to find there's no harm on the dogs. But what that means, I don't know. Does that mean the dogs will be coming back? Well, when? I don't know. Well, I'm actually taking advantage of that because I've mentioned about the duvets they've got. I mentioned about the bedspread thing that I got off James, Betty's husband, when he was alive, that he gave to me, and I thought, no, I'll put it on the floor for the dogs, put it over their duvets, therefore they've got one complete cover over the whole lot. Well, recently that's been peed on, that's been pooed on, really a lot. So as they're not there, I thought I'm going to stick that in the washing machine. Yeah, it's going to be hairy, and then blinking Nora it is. That's making a mess of that washing machine right now. But I confirmed one thing, which was brilliant. I never knew whether my washing machine actually got up to temperature. But when it's halfway through its wash, I put it on spin because I saw how much hair and crap was in the front of the sort of glass bit of the washing machine. So I want to clear that out and then start again with that, really. So I tried to open it, wouldn't open after I spun it a bit. Eventually I got it open and it was really hot in there. So there you go, it does actually get up to temperature. It was one we got, that washing machine, we got that from basically a skip. Someone had basically chucked it out. We give it a go and it worked. Same as the dryer, same thing. It worked, fine, and it does a good job. Still now, I mean, I've had it for what, 5 years? 5 years and it still works perfectly well. No problem at all. No, crusty. Yeah, crusty stuff. Yeah. Good, free. Didn't cost me anything. It's still doing a very good job. So I was able to now test that and know that for all those years where I didn't think it came up to temperature, it does. That's good. So I confirmed that. I'm washing that thing, so I'm going to stick it in the dryer. The dryer filter will be covered in crap as well, but okay, I can clean that, no problem. So I can go in the dryer, get that down, and then put that back on the bed so that when they come back, they've got a nice cover on that smells nice. Doesn't smell of pee and poo anymore. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to pee and poo over it pretty quickly. They may very well do. But at least it's going to be clean for them, Right. Well, also, I've got to go and get more dog food because I'm running out of dog food. So I'm going to go down and get a bit more dog food as well. Yeah. I've got to order some more dog food as well, the puppy food, because you can get it cheaper online than you can get it in the shops. So, I can order some more as well, because even the amount of time that I'm not feeding the pups means that food lasts a bit longer. So if I place an order tonight or tomorrow, then that means that will arrive a bit quicker. So more chance that the food's still there, it's going to last. Let the authorities feed them. Let the authorities take care of the dogs. It'd be a bit of a holiday for the dogs, wouldn't it? It's not exactly a holiday, but they get to see different people, they get to see different circumstances. So they come back home and they get life back to the way it was. Right. They'd be pleased to be home, wouldn't they? Really? And so that'd be good. Right. But as I say with Covie, it's now a case that when I do videos, especially maybe when I'm getting a bit angsty about things, she will sort of walk next to me here and she'll bump into my leg here. She'll just gently bump into my leg. That's her saying, is everything okay? I'm here. Give me some loves. Just reassure me a bit. So she's getting a lot more lovey. I said with regards to Covie, she's not much of a kisser. Or recently, last week, far more kissy than she's ever been. Far more kissy than she's ever been. You know? With her, I don't know what's going on with her. Also, here last night, she was carrying a bottle around. So that's something that she has only just started doing. So she's changing. Her character is changing now. So that's really good. I'm pleased for her. Yeah, because she was not really bothered with, you know, playing wacky ball, that sort of stuff, or, you know, with bottles and that sort of stuff. Whereas now she's getting really into it for some reason. I don't know why she's taken so long, but she's now getting into it. That's good. You know, cuddles and stuff like that. She's now getting into that. So that's good. Aye. It's good. It's good for her. Well, it means she's going to have a better life. She's going to enjoy things more. She's going to, you know, be a lot more cuddly, kissy, and all that, which is good for her. You know, I think dogs, generally speaking, have a better life when they're more like that. Yeah, when they're more affectionate, they get more affection, don't they, really? Yeah, generally speaking, that's the way it is. Yeah, because Amber's not that affectionate. Amber jumps up occasionally, but not that often. Yeah, so she doesn't get a ton of affection because she doesn't jump up that often for affection. Lucy's about the same. Yeah, Lucy normally just lays over on her own. Occasionally she comes up for loves, but normally when she comes up for loves, it's because she needs to pee and poo. So she's coming to tell me she needs to pee and poo. So I then take her out. Gracie's pretty much the same. Gracie just lays down, you know, doing her own little thing, and then occasionally she'll come up. But, yeah, and then I let her out to pee and poo, and she normally does it. So not every time, but normally, yeah. But put it this way, I've had pretty much correct that, not yet. Tomorrow I will probably have a day when I have no poo on my carpet. I've already had poo on the carpet today. That was Gracie, yeah. But again, I know with Gracie, I've got to encourage her really to make sure she does her poo outside. I'm going to make a fuss of her when she does. Although the reason why I haven't been yet is because she's been peeing and pooing in the area where she shouldn't be. So, you know, I've been waiting that when she does pee and poo in the area where she should be, I then make a bit more of a fuss of her. But to encourage her not to do it indoors, I suppose I've got to do it anyway, make a fuss of her. Yeah. Yeah. Indeed. So anyway, I mean, I could walk around for another hour and talk more, but I'm pretty sure that should be it. I mean, I don't know how long we've been. I can't see a timer here. There is a timer here. 1 hour, 1 second. That says 1 hour 29. Hour and a half so far. Okay. Right here. I think there's probably about... Well, I think this is probably the third of the videos once it's edited. Yeah, this one talking about the dogs will probably be the third of them. Hi, what else can I say about the doggies? Say Chewie is just the most lovable little dog. He's not got a mean bit in his body at all. Say like Lucy will be grumpy with other dogs. You know, she will snarl, but then she'll snap at them. Chewie will snarl and then walk away. Yeah. Chewie is a dog that will never look for a fight, but if another dog has a go at him, he will defend himself. Well, as I say, Micky to a certain degree sees himself as a protector of the pack. That's why when Harvey was trying to get over the gate and barking his bloody head off when mine would run it. So I don't blame Harvey for that, not in any way, shape or form. Yeah, it's his owners who were supposed to be training him to stop him from doing that, but they haven't done that. Their job, not his job. I'll say then Micky went back and snarled at him and showed teeth, that sort of thing, you know, because Harvey was doing that to Micky's family. Remember, Micky's original family didn't want him anymore at 3 years old, you know, 3 and a bit years old, so therefore he's had another chance at a family. He's been taken in by another family, accepted into that family. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. He runs and he plays with the other dogs. And, yeah. He knows he's got his part in the family. So therefore, yeah. And then Gracie, she also sees herself as the protector of the family. When on walkies, she runs ahead and checks people out. And not really concerned about dogs, people, yeah. Whereas Amber sees herself as the one who should check out other dogs, make sure they're safe. Yeah. Jacob, incredibly affectionate little boy, but at the moment, absolute sod. Well, the reason I say that is because he's been jumping up into my areas and taking things down, including, looks like, some form of tablets I didn't even know I had. I've got no idea what they are, what sort of tablets they are. He took them down. I've got no idea what they are. He took them down, was chewing them. He was chewing the paper, then cardboard, but he's also the most affectionate and loving little boy. Very much like a little Chewie, how Chewie was. So he's going to be very much like Chewie in nature. Yeah, an absolute softy and all that lot. But at the moment, he's sod. Chewie was, as a pup. Chewie would be the one who would be biting the skating board, that sort of stuff. Yeah. I'm not saying Jacob won't be biting the skating board, he just hasn't got round to it yet. Whereas Teri, again, Teri, how would I describe Teri? I think she's very, very similar to Amber. In so many ways, she's similar to Amber. She barks at other dogs. Teri does. Also, she's not very affectionate, like Amber. She loves having a belly rub, like Amber. Amber quite likes a belly rub. But she doesn't really... Yeah, she's not full of kisses and that sort of stuff like Jacob is. Things like plays, she's not really playing with the bigger dogs yet because she's a bit too small, but she'll play with Jacob. Jacob will also play with Covie and Locki as well. Aye. Aye. Right, so Riley. Okay, Riley. How would I describe Riley? Riley is a dog that, generally speaking, he won't be jumping up for a cuddle, except just before bed at night time. Yeah, probably just after food. He wants to jump up and have a cuddle just before bed. Every night he wants to do that. That's when Riley wants a bit of attention, just before bed. Pretty much like clockwork. During the day, generally speaking, he doesn't jump up. No. He's not really bothered about whether he gets attention, but at night time, just before bed, that's when he wants a bit of loves. Right. Indeed, he's a sweetheart, really, Riley. He's a good boy. I mean, he again, he's fairly patient, because Covie has been sort of telling him off a lot, and he's incredibly patient with her. So that's good. So Locki is, I don't know. I don't think she's insecure. Maybe insecurity is the issue with Locki. But if you're giving another dog affection, even if you speak to another dog, she's straight up, reminding you that she's there. Yeah, give me loves, I'm here as well. I'm still here. You still love me, don't you? That sort of thing. And it can get a bit annoying after a while. Because especially when you're just doing whatever you're doing and she's jumping up all the time. Yeah, she's generally speaking right now in the bed. There's plenty of space. So that whole end of the room basically is theirs with all those duvets. There's tons of space. There's 2 other areas where they can sleep as well. So they've got most of the blinking room there. Plenty of space, but she'll go and hide under another chair, but where there's all tons of electrical wires, which I'm trying to keep her away from, Because if she goes under there, it means also Jacob and Teri are going to go under there. And there's loads of wires. One of the wires is actually plugged into the mains. If they bite that, they could be killed by it. So I'm trying to keep her away from that, but she keeps them going under there. She's like, yeah, that's a bit of a battle. She can be a frustrating girl right now. Whether it's because, again, rehome, you know, well, she came back, didn't she? You know, 7 weeks of being away, then she came back. Whether that is why she's a bit insecure, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Why she wants to sleep under that chair, I don't know. I have no idea. It's like a computer chair. But why she wants to sleep under it, I don't know. I have no idea at all. She just does. Who else is there to mention? Pretty sure I haven't mentioned them all yet. Done Lucy. Well, Mollie. Yeah, Mollie is just a sweetheart. Mollie, she's my girl. My number one. She knows it. She knows it. As soon as I say number one, she starts wagging her tail. She knows it's her. All the other dogs know it's her, because when Mollie comes into the room, then you have Covie, Locki, and Jacob and Teri all going over to say hello to Mollie. All of them seem to know that Mollie's number one. They all seem to know that. But Mollie's also incredibly patient with them. Because they're getting into her mouth and everything. And yeah, she's very, very, very patient with them. She really, really is. She's a good girl, Mollie. Again, Mollie hasn't got a vicious bone in her body at all. Not at all. No. She's had occasions where Lucy's tried to have a go and Mollie's basically defended herself. So Mollie's being number one. She knows she's number one. She knows that Lucy shouldn't be doing that. Lucy figures that out after she's told off, because I remind her, Lucy, you're number 3. You're not number 1. So respect the fact that Mollie's number 1, not you. Aye. Oh, they're good dogs, they are. But I say, I mean, with them, they've got different personalities. There are challenges with all of them, really. Yeah. I mean, Mollie, not so much of a challenge. Chewie, certainly, I wouldn't say Chewie's a challenge in any way, shape or form. He's such a good dog in so many ways. You know, off lead, he's fantastic. On lead, he's fantastic. Recall, he's fantastic. You know, and so loving, so gentle natured. Yeah, wonderful boy. Some of the others, yeah, can be a bit more challenging. Lucy can be grumpy. Micky can be grumpy with the other dogs. But then you've got the ones like Amber and Gracie that are barky towards either dogs or people. You know, Teri's starting to take after her mum in that way. Barking against dogs. Right? She's got to get out of the habit of doing that, really, because, you know, it's bad enough with her mum doing it, really. Don't like that at all. Don't like her mum doing it. So, well, because generally speaking, Amber doesn't attack dogs, but she has nipped a dog occasionally. She's actually nipped people before. Well, generally, no. She nipped one woman one time for God knows why. What could be when one was walking in heels, that may be why. Could be another reason, I don't know exactly why. But normally it's skateboards, and it's normally those boards with the handle, the ones that kids have. She normally goes after them. And the people on them. Yeah. Nipping at their heels a bit. So, again, I don't want Teri doing that, because Amber's got told off for that. And there's a risk if Amber keeps on doing that and she actually bites somebody, that there has to be consequences to her that could be incredibly severe. So it's like, yeah, I don't want that to happen. No. And so I certainly don't want Teri going down that road, because that's not good for Amber, so it certainly wouldn't be good for Teri. they've all got to get out the habit of trying to eat whatever's on the floor as well, because, yeah, you never know what people are going to be putting on the floor. No. So no, I brought the Civic out. Well, there's no need to bring the bigger car out. It's only me. So yeah, indeed. Well, I got someone interested. The person who had Gracie, he's interested in the Civic, but we were supposed to be meeting up tonight, and he didn't come round for whatever reason. So there you go. It's what it is. So I mean, generally speaking, he owes me no favours. He bought a dog off me. He paid me the money. There you go. We sort of stayed friends-ish. Friendly, I say. Not friends, but friendly. Right. So there you go. Well, anyway, I will go home now. I will put the other video on, and I will edit this one at some point. You take care, God bless, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.